Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stingers Field for this game between your Concordia Stingers and the McGill Redbirds. Today is a day to ask, can they turn a page on what was an ugly Friday, and can they bounce back against the sixth place team, McGill Redbirds? McGill have struggled so far, 3 games into the season, yet to win a game. They've drawn once and lost twice, and they've only scored 1 single goal this season, so they're going to look to try and get a couple past Concordia. However, on the other side, Concordia having a interesting start to the season, 3 games in, 1-2-0 record in 3 games played. They sit in 5th. 4 goals for this season. Those all came against UQAM on what was a great afternoon outing at this time last week. However, they've had one rough game in particular since then. We will choose not to talk about it because they are here today on what is a beautiful Sunday afternoon to try and rewrite what happened a couple days ago. Starting lineup for the Stingers is similar to what we've seen. London Brown, the captain, Zakiel Bro, Olivier Langui-Dubé draws into the starting lineup. Christopher Calin, who came off the bench and scored against UQAM, gets a starting position. Luxon Jr. Villis playing at right back. Giancarlo Spicagna with a spot in midfield. He came on in that game against UDM and provided a solid presence. Dennis Razvan Colici, Massimo Schiavoni draws into the lineup, and Narek Kologlian to round out the starting 11 for the Concordia Stingers, who are looking to bounce back today as we get underway. My name is Colin van den Mele, alongside Blake Saraga, producing this game. It is our pleasure to bring this soccer match to you as the ball finds its way to Tubic. And we are well underway. So that is not Tubic, that is Massimo Schiavoni. So Tubic on the bench for this game after what was a difficult Friday night game. A couple mistakes at the back, but also some miscommunications with the goalkeeper caused Concordia some problems, and UDM really relished in the opportunity to take control of that game. One thing we want to see from the Stingers is how the mental will affect them. Will they fall at the first hurdle, or can they grab and seize this game, maybe find a way to get a lead and try and hold on to it, maybe build on it, as well as London Brown tries to chip it for Tim Lessing, who made his debut on Friday. So Tim Lessing coming in the place of what would usually be Etuman Amla. Coach Kuyabi making some interesting changes to his lineup. Goalkeeper change, as well as change at left back, and we see Giancarlo Spicagna as well coming into the middle, whereas we'd usually see Maxime Doutre. And so how will these changes impact the play? This team has a lot of quality. We'll see if they can find that quality and execute on it as Kologlian spins away from danger. Makes a nice move as he keeps on going. Kologlian down the left wing. He's being watched by Thierry Berry, and it comes off his foot, and it looks like Kologlian is injured, and this is not what you want to see. Holding his left hamstring, Kologlian, who's been a dangerous player for the Stingers this year, is down on the ground after what has only been 2 minutes of play. And that is the interesting and dangerous aspect of having 2 games in basically 48 hours, playing Friday night and Sunday afternoon. These players play with so much competitiveness, and it's really taxing on the body. And we see Kologlian, who felt it in his left hamstring as he was being defended by Thierry Berry. And hopefully he will be all right, but it would be a big shock if he's able to continue in this game. So Kologlian gets to his feet. He's walking along the sideline as he re-enters play, and this does not look like a player who should resume the match. Heavily labored on his left leg as the Redbirds foray forward for the first time. Longuet Dubé watching his man as the ball is played into the box, and that one is cleared away by Schiavoni. The header coming from Elias Farhat as he rose, and a strong right hand. As we are going to see a substitution, it looks like Jalab is going to come into the game to replace Kologlian, as that left hamstring is not going to survive the rest of the game. Right now, however, it's a corner for McGill. Once again, we saw on the game on Friday, Concordia were playing with a man down as Ezequiel Bro was being tended to at the bench, and they conceded their first goal of the game while being down to 10 men. And now we see this again with Kologlian, unless they can get the change off in time. Looks like they won't. Redbirds to deliver. It's into the box, and it's cleared away. Calin will get to the ball and relieve the pressure. Cuts back in on his right foot. Calin's been impressive in his tenure so far with the Stingers. Diakite on his left foot, charging forward. He'll take a shot. It's blocked, and it finds its way into the hands of Ludovic Kiola. And Kologlian is down, and we will see a substitution with Jalab coming in to replace him. So, tough moment for Kologlian. An opportunity for Jalab, the Stingers number 10, to come in the game and provide some offense. On the far side, Jalab with his first touch of the game. Running onto it. And it's settled down by McGill. Christopher Calin will apply pressure on Esteban Roy. He'll get it back to Kiola. Thierry Berry into the middle. Good pressure by Spicagna. Farhats, London Brown with a nice challenge. Christopher Calin surrounded by players in white. It's poked forward by Esteban Roy. And Zakiel Bro plays it into the middle for London Brown, who safely gets it back to his keeper. Longuet Dubé. Zakiel Bro, who got hurt in the first 15 minutes of the game against UDM, but came back to finish the game. Tim Lessing in his second game for the Concordia Stingers. Olivier Longuet Dubé, who was a staple of the back line last year. Schiavoni. Bro will switch the play for Villas. He settles it down. Nice control. Longuet Dubé. Kalichi. These Sunday afternoon games can seem a bit slower at times, as the players coming off a game on Friday might be a little feeling the fatigue. Tim Lessing applying pressure, and it's put out by the McGill player Eli Chartouni. Played quick. Jalab steps away from a challenge. He keeps going. Tim Lessing will take over. He plays a ball into the box, looking for Calin, and it's cleared away by McGill. London Brown keeps it alive. And a nice challenge by Armstrong Giroux. Esteban Roy sends that high into the air, but it had gone out. And that was Eli Chartouni on the tackle. Tim Lessing. Jalab receives the ball. Being surrounded by two McGill players, he's trying to create something, and it goes out for a Concordia throw. Tim Lessing into the box, headed away by Gustave Thierenberry. Diakite, nice take. He'll spread it out wide. Villas will shoot, and that one's blocked. Put out of play by Luke Manara Berryman. Stingers have a corner. London Brown to deliver an in-swinger. We all know the quality of his deliveries, whether that be on goal or across. Here is London Brown. High towards the back post, and it's cleared away by McGill. Kyokyola had spilled it for a moment, and maybe the Redbirds with a chance to break forward. However, it's recuperated by the Stingers, and they'll reset. It's been a struggle for McGill to score goals this year. Only one goal so far in 3 games played, as this ball is shipped forward and into the hands of Kyokyola. And he'll immediately get it going once more with Dallery. Yi. Thierenberry on this near side for Roy. Farhat, his pass not good enough, and it left room for Tim Lessing to get it out of play. Dallery. Longhi Dubé heads it away. Jalab gets to the ball. Settled down by Diakite, but he was fouled. London Brown. Tim Lessing back to his captain. London tries the switch. That one was blocked. It was picked up by the Stingers momentarily. Tim Lessing and Spakagna fighting for the same ball. Farhat settles it down, and he'll send it back to his defenseman, Thierenberry. Yi. Berry. Excuse me, that's Berryman. Yi looking forward. Room to run into for Armstrong Giroux. And the ball rolls out a play off Villas. Delray fighting with Jalab. Spakagna coming in to help out as well. Yi will reset it back for Thierenberry. So Berry and Berryman at the back, the Berry duo. And McGill have a free kick and a chance to deliver a ball into the box. Concordia retreats. Yi on the delivery. Lots of movement around the top of the box. Nathan Yi ready to deliver. And he hits the only man in front of him. Diakite doing a good job of blocking that delivery. Yi on the throw. It's settled by Rossetani. Kalichi. Jalab. Forward looking for Razvan Kalichi. And that ball just a little too heavy, and he couldn't find number 28. Berryman to Berry. Thierry Berry plays a pass for Rossetani, and he was under pressure, but McGill do well to get it up the field. They break the initial press, and now they come down the wing. However, that's offside, and it'll be Stingers' ball. Longue Dubé deciding on what he wants to do. He'll play it simple for Specagna. Zakiel Bro advances it for Tim Lessing. London Brown. Specagna. He looks high, and that one is headed away by Yi. Jalab applying pressure on Armstrong Giroux, and it comes out for a throw. Diakite. Kalichi settles down on a challenging ball. Wide for London Brown. Tim Lessing gets it into space for Christopher Calin. He'll chop back onto his right foot. Try and look for Tim, and it's cleared away. McGill trying to get rid of the mess as it's seen out, and it'll be a Concordia throw. Headed off the head of Thierry Berry, and Concordia have a corner kick. Jalab on the delivery. Back post. Diakite is there, and he heads it over. Seemed to be in a lot of room. However, he couldn't keep it low, and it goes high and out of play. Good chance for the Stingers, and probably the first good chance of the game. Yi. Nice ball into space on the far side. Settling it down is Armstrong Giroux on his right foot. A shot, and it goes just wide. Deflected off Longue Dubé, and the Concordia Stingers, who just had a chance, now have to face an even better one, courtesy of the Redbirds, with Armstrong Giroux getting a good look. Nathan Yi on the corner for McGill. He'll play it low. A couple step overs by McGill, so their set play doesn't work. Intercepted by Jalab as he steps over a challenge, and the touch a little heavy. It'll be a foul, a good tactical one committed by the Redbirds. And so the Stingers have to reset and could not take advantage of a counter-attacking opportunity. London Brown. Longue Dubé. London Brown. Specagna. Longue Dubé looks long. Diakite can't get his head on it. And Diakite, who did just about nothing, is called for a foul as Berryman jumped over him. Armstrong Giroux. Attempted cross, finds his way to the top of the box with Farhad. Dropped off, that shot blocked and cleared away by the Concordia Stingers. Romain Dallery on the attempt. And that's going to be another foul called on the Stingers. Villis commits the infraction. And McGill with another free kick in a good area. Can they capitalize on this opportunity? That is Mario Fares on the far side, who is down at the moment being tended to by the McGill athletic training staff. Good chance to remind you guys that this is the breast cancer awareness game for the men's, as we also have the breast cancer awareness match coming up for the women's game as well, as the stands here and a few of little details of pink have been added to remind everyone of how important a cause this is. Far as still being tended to.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for McGill Redbird number 7, MSocc referee Redbird Mara Perez.
So Mario Fares gets a round of applause from the crowd here in attendance as he gets to his feet and makes his way to the bench as he's ready to come back into the game when the referee will allow it. Luke Rossitani standing over the ball, looking poised to put this on goal. McGill's number 9, their marksman, looking for their second goal of the season. Here comes Rossitani, and that one's blocked, and it'll go out for a corner. Mario Fares, who is just on the deck, will now take care of this corner for McGill as they prepare their routes and they know where they want to go. Can Fares deliver a good ball? Zakiel Bro heads it away to the top of the box. A shot. Oh, beautiful connection. But it goes high. That was Eli Chartouni with the attempt from distance. Got the top spin he wanted on the ball, but he just guided it a bit too high as it made its way over the crossbar. As Zakiel Bro is now on the ground, and Amadou Elion Diop will warm up on the sideline. This is again a bad look. This is a tough moment. A very important player in the Concordia Stingers back line now on the ground being tended to. Longhi Jubé was helping him stretch, but he'll leave it for the pros, as we hope that Zakiel Bro is all right. Ezekiel Bro gets to his feet and will make his way off the pitch. We'll see if he can continue in the game. Amadou Diop on the sideline is ready to go. He had started 3 of 3 games for the Concordia Stingers until he was sidelined for this game. Longhi Dubé coming in to replace him in that starting role. However, it looks like he might be coming into the game early unless Ezekiel Bro is fit to resume play. So a stop-start first half, as we are just about past the halfway point of the first half. Spakagna trying to get at the ball. Instead, it's Armstrong-Giroux. Villas with a nice tackle. Armstrong-Giroux keeps going. He'll try a long-distance shot. That one's blocked by London Brown. And Spakagna dribbles away with it. As Nathan Yee puts it out of play for a Stingers throw. Yee, central. Spread out wide by Chartouni. Tough pass to control for Farhat. Roy spreads it out wide. Chartouni commits the foul on Tim Lessing, and it's a Concordia Stingers free kick. Bro. Christopher Kellam, beautiful touch. Just got away with him, and it's cleared away by Nathan Yee. Ezekiel Bro keeps it moving, and Roy settles it down for the Redbirds. Berryman. Yee. His pass too far away from Armstrong-Giroux, and Kalichi gets it going. Jalab back to Kalichi. London Brown can play it out wide. He's under pressure from behind. Didn't know he had a man on him, and Bro gets fouled. And the Stingers get a free kick. Rossettini committing that foul. Villas for Spakagna. Central. London Brown will play it back to his keeper, Schiavoni. Bro, Spakagna immediately under pressure. London Brown keeps it moving. Kalichi holds on to it, takes his time. Villas steps inside. Nathan Yee with a nice challenge, and it's picked up by Armstrong-Giroux, who can show his speed down the left-hand side. Recovering was Villas, couldn't do so. Armstrong-Giroux goes on, top of the box, a shot, they score! Farhat with a beautiful bottom corner shot, and it's 1-0 McGill. It was a great run down the left-hand side by Armstrong-Giroux to set up Farhat, and he made no mistake guiding it into the bottom left corner. And McGill take the first lead of the game, and this is where we're going to have to see the resolve of the Concordia Stingers. Do they have what it takes to put up a fight in this game, or are they going to let it get away from them like Friday night? Excuse me, Mario Fares on that goal. Farhat can be a bit confusing. However, yes, it is Mario Fares to open the scoring for McGill. Villas on the far side. He'll put one into the box. Low driven, cleared away. Spakagna. Pour a ball back, and now it's with Rossettani. He holds it up, and he'll play it on the left side for the danger man, Armstrong-Giroux. Being watched by Longuet Dubé, Giroud steps in on his right foot, cuts back to his left foot, and the ball kindly rolls into the hands of Schiavoni. Bro, long ball looking for Diakite on the near side. Being watched by Berryman. He steps back, keeps the ball under control. However, it gets stripped from him by Roy, and a beautiful tackle by Diakite coming back. However, the ball is out of play for a Redbird throw. Longuet Dubé. Berryman heads it high. Jalab keeps it moving. Diakite tries to settle it down. However, in a sea of white, he loses it. Fares, the goal scorer. And now a ball played for Rossitani. Longuet Dubé, penalty. Came off his hand, and the Redbirds have a chance to make it 2-0 with a penalty kick.
And a handball. Penalty kick will be awarded to the Redbirds.
And so it goes from bad to worse for Concordia. Rossitani standing over the ball with a chance to double the lead for the Redbirds and put Concordia in a really bad spot half an hour gone by. Luke Rossitani face to face against Schiavoni. Rossitani, can he rise up to the moment? He can. He makes it 2-0. And the Redbirds have a commanding lead after a half hour of play.
Redbird number 9, Luke Rositani. Available goal for the 34th minute of the match.
So the ball came off Longuet Dubé's hand. And now Coach Kuyabi has his head in his hands as Concordia have been suffering in these last two games. 7 goals conceded so far in 120 minutes of play. London Brown can't help but shake his head as well. The Concordia Stingers need to find some kind of gear, some kind of fight back here. They cannot once again lose in this kind of fashion in front of their fans. So we'll see if they can try and get back into this game. Diakite will try and change that. Nathan Yee gets it away from him. Headed on by Dallery. Specagna watching him in the middle with Fares, the first goal scorer of the game. Armstrong Giroud, who had that tremendous run for Fares, fights for it as well. And it'll be a Stinger's throw with Villas. Farhat. On he goes, afforded so much time and space to run into, and Longuet Dubé will get back and put the ball out for a throw-in. Mar Fares, the first goal. Luke Rossitani, the second. Here is Rossitani stepping away from some challenges. He'll try and play to the top of the box. Couldn't do so. Christopher Calin trying to turn away from Berry as he gets held up and fouled. Jalab maybe wanted to play quickly. Couldn't do so with Dallery in front of him. Kalichi. Longuet Dubé. Looking for the far side. Nathan Yee rises up. It's headed away by Dallery. Here's Diakite. Tries to settle it down. Villis still in his path. Gets taken down, and that'll be a penalty and a chance for the Concordia Stingers to get back into the game. Berryman pleading his case to the linesman. However, the referees hearing absolutely none of it. And standing over the ball is Jalab to try and cut the deficit in half. So a penalty apiece in this first half, and Jalab with a chance to get the Stingers on the board and back in the game. Muddy Jalab. Is he feeling the pressure of the moment? For the Stingers, he scores! Beautiful penalty by Jalab, makes no mistake, and the Stingers are back in the game. It's 2-1, and it's a manageable deficit they find themselves at, finally showing some resolve, some pushback, some fight back. Will they be able to complete the comeback?
Field goal scored in the 35th minute of this match.
So Mehdi Jalab for Concordia. He had a stellar game against UQAM last week, Sunday, and he's on the scoreboard this week. Here he is on the ball, trying to get away from Armstrong Giroux, who takes a proper chop at his leg, and he's fouled. So 2-1 game here at Stingers Field as the ball is headed away, and offside was Christopher Calin. Berryman, who gave up the penalty for Berry. Roy. Back to Thierry Berry. Dallery in the 6. London Brown with a steal. Maybe a chance to tie this game. Jalab up high. Diakite for the tie. What a save. Top of the box, Jalab. He holds, and he's taken down. And it's a dive called by the referee. And Jalab is going to be the recipient of a yellow card for his embellishment. But a great chance with Diakite looking to tie the game at 2-2. However, a really good stop by Kirola keeps this McGill lead intact. Kiokiola for Berryman. Yee. Berryman. Berry under pressure from Calin. London Brown once again with a good foot in. The captain showing how bad he wants this. Again gets his foot on the ball. McGill under duress, but they keep it alive. But it's taken. Tim Lessing tries to get it forward. And it's at the foot of Fares. Fans want a handball, none forthcoming. And he'll hold on to it. Lessing applying pressure. Dallery with a nice pass into the way of Chartouni. And he'll reset with Berryman as the Redbirds survive that pressure. Yee. As Villas commits a foul on Rusitani. Nathan Yee. Armstrong Giroux making a good run. Villas takes control. Kalichi leaves it for Villas. Nathan Yee steps in front of Diakite. Diakite trying to stay with him. Yee still into the box. And Kalichi's header finds its way back to his keeper. Farhat sees the ball get poked out of play by Tim Lessing. Roy gets it back from Farhat. Farhat again. Chip forward. Chartouni. Ball at the top of the box. Dallery. Nathan Yee. Chips one in the way of Armstrong Giroux, trying to keep it alive. Kalichi puts it out of play. Fares. Yee with a chance to put it in the box. Cleared away by London Brown. Diakite trying to get to the ball before Berryman. He can't. Nathan Yee, who's seen a lot of the ball in the first half. Jalab under pressure. And the ball is put out of play off of Dallery. Jalab. Diakite. His pass only finds Farhat. Berryman under pressure from Diakite, who commits the foul, signaled by the linesman. McGill with a free kick. Nathan Yee, sporting number 5 for the McGill Redbirds, playing at that left back position. He showed his speed, tenacity so far in this first half. Very noticeable, even in that left back role, which is not often the most prominent on the pitch. Rossetani, his ball goes out for a corner. McGill trying to restore their 2-goal lead. Fares, the goal scorer, to deliver this corner. Schiavoni, eyes on the box as the ball is played towards the penalty spot, cleared away by London Brown, who rose well. Chartouni back for Fares. Another delivery. This time it's Bro who gets his head on it. Nathan Yee keeps it moving along. Guédubé clears it away. And now maybe a chance for Concordia to break. It's Jalab with Calin and Diakite. It's a 3-on-1. Diakite for the tie. And he tried to cut it back. And it was cleaned up by Roy. Great chance for Concordia. Goes a begging. London Brown sees that ball slide out of play. 3-on-1 for Concordia. However, Diakite with the wrong option. Maybe could have blasted that with his left foot as the ball comes off the face of Fares. Longuijube, Kalichi looking central. Jalab, lovely control. His attempted pass, not as lovely as the control, but however, Jalab, a very skilled player for Concordia, can do just about everything. Fares, Longuijube heads it out wide. Lessing. His pass for London Brown. He'll get it back from his captain. Razvan Kalichi. Under no pressure whatsoever. He'll play it central for Jalab. Can he get it back? Jalab to make it 2, and it's cleared away at the last by Nathan Yee. Diakite a little shaken up. So Diakite on the ground. He tried that little flick pass between the legs. Received some contact. Lots of injuries in this first half. Lots of injury time. Villis. Berryman. And cleared away by Chartouini. Chartouini. Chartouni. Longue Dubé. Dallery falls on the ball. And it's back with Kiokiola. Nathan Yee. Lovely control of the chest. Jalab pokes it away from him. Villis sends it high. And Berry controls it superbly. Dallery gets it back from Fares. Keeps it moving. Farhat drops it back. Fares out wide. This is nice play from McGill. Roy into space. Chartouni on his left foot will cut inside. Holds on to it. Still he goes. Puts it for Dallery, and his shot goes high over the net after a beautiful move by McGill to get it up the field. Bro. London Brown. So we reached the 45th minute of the first half. However, with the extensive amount of stoppages we've had, you can only guess how much time they will add on. Farhat in the heart of the midfield. He'll lay it out wide. Ray. Roy. Rossitani holds on to it. Chartouni fighting with Bro. Rossitani. It's cleared away by Spicagna. London Brown looking to settle it down. He does. Jalab. Good control under pressure. However, it's taken away from him, and it's out for a Redbirds throw on the near side. Roy. Tim Lessing. Giancarlo Spicagna. Villis. Spicagna. Back to Schiavoni, who launches it away. Colici. Dallery. Bro heads it away from Chartouni. Lessing. Jalab. His pass couldn't find Spicagna, and here's Chartouni for the Redbirds. Being watched by London Brown. On his right foot, he'll put a ball into the box, a dangerous one. Rossitani wasn't there. Chartouni showing left the whole time, cuts back onto his right foot. Tantalizing ball that couldn't be converted. Schiavoni. Bro. Brown. Colici. Jalab. Zakiel Bro, who looks like a war hero with all the bandages and stitches that he's received in the past 2 games. Kiokiola will redistribute it out wide for Nathan Yee. Armstrong Giroux. Villis, beautiful defensive play. He'll get it forward for Jalab. Being harassed from behind, Tim Lessing gets involved in the play. He'll lay one on for Christopher Callan, and a lovely tackle by Berry denies him the opportunity to keep going. Chartouni. Roy blasts it off Lessing, and it's out for a throw. And that will do it for the first half. McGill lead 2-1 after 45 minutes of play. The Stingers down by 1, however, on the board and not ready to go away. We will see how they respond in the second half. 15 minutes will separate the two halves, and then we will be back to see how the Stingers can close out this game. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the second half between the Concordia Stingers and the McGill Redbirds. The Redbirds enjoying a 2-1 lead over the Stingers. However, the Stingers showing some resolve with a penalty in the first half converted by Jalab to cut the deficit in half. And we'll see if the Concordia Stingers can come out with a win today or potentially a draw. Can they find some points from a losing position? We will see. 45 minutes of footy to be played as we see a substitution for the Stingers in the midfield. And we are yet to figure out his name on the score sheet, but we will let you guys know soon. Nathan Yeet. Here's Diakite. It comes towards Jalab. Can he settle it down? No, he can't. Pedro Gully and London Brown, as we are investigating to find out the full name of number 6 for Concordia as it comes off him. I do know his first name is Andrew. He was here on Friday helping us out with the broadcast. So Andrew Rosvan, who helped us out, is now in for the second half. Little broadcast representation out there on the field. Longhi Jubé fighting with Rosatani as he wins the initial duel. It comes towards Guli in the corner, and Kalichi will put it out for a corner. So Andrew Razvan Ungurianu, number 6 for Concordia. However, at the moment, it is a McGill Redbird corner, excuse me. Popescu to deliver for McGill. Nice delivery, and it's Jalab who controls after the McGill corner. He'll switch the play with London Brown flying in space. Here's Andrew Razvan looking for the ball, doesn't find him. Christopher Callan applying back pressure, and he commits a foul. Nathan Yee trying to get the ball back from Gully. Nathan Yee. Gully. Yee. Roy on the far side will chip a ball forward looking for Rosatani. He gets taken down by Bro. London Brown advances it, and it's put out of play by Delry. Lessing. Kalichi controls, and he'll switch the play. Villas on this near side. Into the middle for Razvan. He tries to chip it forward looking for Diakite. Couldn't complete the pass, and Kalichi will settle it down on the far side with Lessing. London Brown. Razvan. Diakite, nice touch. And the ball came off Delry, who got tackled by London Brown, and we could hear his cry from here. as Romain Delry is on the deck. Seems to be laboring quite heavily. Hopefully he'll be all right as he gets to his feet. Seems to be his right ankle giving him issues. Yee's throw. In space for Fares. Longhi Dubé with a nice turn. And he'll immediately play it upfield looking for Diakite. However, that ball sails out of play. And it's another Nathan Yee throw in. Andrew Razvan. Kalichi. Under pressure. Longhi Dubé clears it away. Diakite looking to get to the ball. He does. Holds it up, getting pulled from behind by Berryman. But a successful hold up. And Kalichi on the far side for Lessing. London Brown. Kalichi. Bro with a new bandage in the second half. We were talking about how he looks like a war hero at this point with everything he's gone through in these last few games. Diakite running onto the ball, brings it down well. Tries to keep it moving for Villis. He cuts back, slips, plays it into the box, and it's cleared away by Berry. And Gully will keep it alive for the Redbirds. Being watched by Razvan as he can't get by Andrew Razvan with a beautiful tackle. And Villis tries to keep it moving. He gets taken down. Referee's going to play the advantage into the box, and it's poked away from Christopher Callan. And it's out for a Concordia corner, and Nathan Yee will receive a yellow card for his tackle on Villis. Jalab to deliver. However, he will leave it for London Brown. London Brown to deliver an in-swinger to the front post where it's headed away by Nathan Yee. First to the ball is Rositani. He has no support, tries to get past Villis, can't do so. London Brown. Jalab. Beautiful spin, but it gets taken away from him by Rositani, and the Redbirds have a chance to break forward. Rositani, here he is on the near side on his right foot. He scored the second goal for the Redbirds. His shot lashed at Kalichi and blocked. Gully being watched by London Brown, and his shot is parried away by Schiavoni. Good save at the near post by Schiavoni in for Tubic, who does not start in this game. Popescu on the corner for McGill. Busy 6-yard box and is headed towards the back post where Tim Lessing will pick it up for Concordia. Finds Christopher Callan. He tried to spin with it, couldn't do so before it was poked out of play by Delry. Diakite. Andrew Razvan. Jalab. Villis. Razvan. Simple for Jalab and back for London Brown. London Brown. This is a nice possession from the Stingers at the moment. Andrew Razvan with his head up, looking for an option. He'll find Villis inverted. Jalab. Razvan. Longhi Dubé. Zakiel Bro will look for the big switch. Christopher Callan running onto it. Nathan Yee gets there before him. Jalab tries to settle it down. Jalab still gets taken down. Referee sees no problem. Villis, a shot. That one's blocked. Gully will try and get to it before it gets out of play. However, he can't. It'll be a Concordia Stingers throw on the near side. Andrew Razvan Ungurianu on the throw, a long one, and it's in the arms of Kiokiola. He launches it immediately towards Rositani, who can control the first ball, and it's headed out by Zakiel Bro. What a throw by Andrew Razvan, really showing some distance. A potential threat that the Concordia Stingers can use in this second half. Delry. Popescu out wide. Here's Guli, halftime substitute. Floats one into the box. Rositani is there, and he heads it out of play. No danger for the Stingers. And Schiavoni can go back and take the goal kick. Razvan with a nice ball for Diakite, who's being pulled and harassed, and he can't get to it before Berry. And it's put out of play off Villas. Nathan Yee. Farhas, nice ball. Guli has room to run into. He'll switch it on the far side. Noko. His shot's blocked by Lessing. Delry. Diakite can run with it. He gets pulled from behind by Delry, and that's a clear yellow card as he grabbed the shirt. And the referee rightly brandishes that yellow card for Delry. So he is in the book along with Jalab, who received a yellow card for embellishment in the box. Bro. Jalab brings it down nicely, and a beautiful tackle by Nathan Yee. It comes to Christopher Calin, and it's a penalty. Nathan Yee gives up a penalty on what seemed to be a clean tackle, and the referee brings it back, calls the foul, and Concordia have a chance to tie this game. So Jalab is not going to take 2 penalties. He'll leave it for Kalichi with a chance to tie this game at 2. Concordia's second penalty of the game and the 3rd penalty in the game total. Busy afternoon for the referee. Kalichi, lots of time to think about where he wants to place it. Face to face with Kiokiola. Can he convert? Yes, he can. Post it in. A beauty to tie the game. And Concordia were never out of it, showing their resolve. And this game is completely reset with about a half hour to go. It's 2-2. A clean penalty converted bottom left off the post, and McGill, who doubled the amount of goals in this game that they've had all season, now find themselves in a tie game with Concordia. And this is exactly what you could have expected from Coach Kuyabi's men. They were not going to suffer another humiliating defeat in back-to-back games. And so far, they've managed to turn it on its head in what is now a brand new game with a half hour to go. Delry, Bro, Diakite with the push off, and that's going to be a foul. Nathan Yee, Berryman under the pressure of Jalab. Roy, Tim Lessing gets in the way. London Brown, Diakite charges forward, tries to get it back for Lessing, couldn't do so. Noko will play it back for Delry. Roy out of play off London Brown. Gouli settles the ball down nicely, will charge down the left-hand side. Good cross to the back post, and Lessing will see it out for a corner. So McGill and Concordia trading punches. McGill coming out of the game, scoring 2 goals. Concordia replies, and it's a brand new game, 2-2. Who has the final punch? Rossitani sees that ball go over. Farhas tries to keep it moving, and it's caught by Schiavoni. Andrew Razvan gets it back from Diakite, switches it for Jalab. Tim Lessing on the far side. Drives in. Looks for Diakite. It's cleared by Berryman. Kalichi heads it high. And he gets it back, and he'll play it for Bro. Longuet-Dubé. Diakite. Andrew Razvan stepping away from a challenge. Couldn't beat Gouli. Nathan Yee gets stripped by Villas. Villas will drive down the right-hand side. Great play by the right back. Cuts back onto his left. Andrew Razvan is there. He tries to play a ball into the box at the near post. It's picked up by Kiokiola, and he'll calm down the play. Gouli being hounded by Longuet-Dubé. Fares. Berryman. First ball by Pescu is a good one. Delry receives Lessing in his face. Noko back for Delry, and that's offside. London Brown, Jalab. And he gets taken down from behind. Popescu with the infraction. Berry seemed to get a little shaken up in that collision as well. Stinger's in a good position to maybe put a ball into the box. London Brown stands over it. Brown floats one in. Great delivery. Riccone was there. Andrew Razvan a shot. And it's on the near side with Gouli as the Concordia Stingers tried to apply some pressure. Fares, the first goal scorer of the game. Gouli. Kalichi has to watch out. He has Rossitani behind him. However, he handles it superbly and sends it in the way of Diakite, who's always under pressure from behind. Noko. Jalab. He holds on to it. And he'll just bring it forward himself. Popescu watching him, but Jalab goes on. Still he goes, Jalab, and it's finally kicked away. Lessing, Kalichi. And Delri gets in the way, and he'll launch Rositani. Looking for the back post run. Bro was in the way. Lessing being hounded from behind, and it comes off him, and it's out for a McGill throw. Lessing, Kalichi. Villas loses the ball to Gouli. However, he recovers. Gouli will play one central. Popescu tries to chip it for Rositani. Can't find him. Noko. Delri out wide. Roy cuts back in. Delri. Popescu. Delri. Roy takes his space, puts one into the box. London Brown slides. The ball goes high. It's headed away by Lessing, and Jalab will send it to the space station, and it'll re-enter orbit. And it's controlled by Berryman, who was fouled by Ricotta. And it's a McGill free kick. Gouli cuts it on his right foot, takes a shot, and that one curls away of the right post. Ultimately not bothering Schiavone at all. Lessing with a smart pass for Longue Dubé. Popescu settles. Razvan was alert to it. Jalab. Nice switch for Ricotta. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. And it'll be a goal kick. Kiola. Popescu with a delicate ball looking for Gouli. And Longue Dubé cleans it up. Ricotta. Nathan Yee. Gouli with his head down. On he goes down the left wing. Longue Dubé takes it away from him as they fight for it. And it's put out. Goal kick. Great play defensively by Longue Dubé. A heavyweight battle on this near left side. Gouli and Longue Dubé. But it's the Concordia defender that wins the duel in the end. Kalichi. Lessing. Looking for Ricotta. All he could find was Kiola. Nathan Yee. Fares, who scored the first goal of the game in what feels like an eternity ago. Noko. Cuts in on his left foot, plays a ball into the box, and that one's caught out of the air by Schiavone. Leifika Noko with the delivery into the box. And Schiavoni will get it moving once more with Zakiel Bro. Andrew Razvan. Andrew Razvan. Smart ball looking for his friend Tim Lessing. Lessing can't get past Roy, who just clears it away. And Concordia with a chance to apply some pressure upfield. However, before they can take the throw, the Redbirds are going to make a change. As Popescu will head off. Interesting changes. He was a halftime substitute. Nathan Yee heads it out for a corner.
On a substitution for McGill. Number 15, William Popescu is out for number 18, Mac Bailey.
So Maddox Bailey comes into the game to replace Popescu. And Jalab to deliver this corner for Concordia. That one's cleared away at the near post by Nathan Yee. Jalab being hugged by Roy. Roy gets it away from him, and Jalab fouls Roy. And so it's a McGill free kick relieving the Concordia pressure. Haven't seen that many good chances so far in this second half. As Noko takes down Bro. Haven't seen that many great chances here in the second half. We had the penalty kick from the Stingers that tied the game. However, it's been a rather stalemate feel so far. With about 27 minutes gone by. These two teams sitting in 5th and 6th. Concordia in 5th, that is. London Brown with the acrobatic move to get it out of the box. And the referee brings it back for offside. Bro's touch lets him down. And the Redbirds have a throw in. Bro fights for the ball. Andrew Razvan gets in there. Zakiel Bro clears it away. Roy put out by Diakite. Berry under pressure. Arena will apply pressure on Kyokyola, who, cool as ice, takes his touch away from the onrushing pressure, and McGill can bring it upfield once more in this rivalry game. Roy, his cross blocked by Diakite, who always gives it his all. Whether that's attacking, holding up the ball, or in that instance defensively. Lessing sends it high into the box, and Schiavoni will pick it out of the air. Schiavoni sends it long, looking for Jalab, who heads it on, only for Berry. And Kyokola comes out of his net to take control for the Redbirds. Also a mouthful to pronounce. Nice play by the Redbirds on the far side. And it's put out of play by Bro, the cross coming from Delry. Nathan Yee to deliver this in-swinging corner for McGill, looking to reclaim the lead after giving up a 2-goal lead. Yee on the delivery, and it's headed away by Bro. Andrew Razvan first to the ball, and he'll run into his space. He'll try and switch the play for Jalab. Ricotta settles it down. Villas will switch it for Jalab. Stingers counterattacking here. Jalab cuts in on his right foot, takes his space, puts down a man. Still he goes on. However, the Redbirds with a chance to recover, and Jalab running in what has turned into a 1-against-3, but still he goes on. Jalab, this is amazing. Can he go all the way? Jalab gets taken down. The referee doesn't feel like giving a 4th penalty in the game. But what a run that was by Jalab. It seemed like the play was dead, and somehow he brought it back to life. And now he lies still on the ground, wondering where the call was. As Diakite has ran his race, he heads off. He's going to be replaced by Olivier Roy. Jalab with a bit of the spectacular. And it looks like that amazing move will be his last of the game, as Spicagna is set to re-enter. And Giancarlo Spicagna comes back into the game. London Brown. Olivier Roy will leave it for Spicagna. His first touch since re-entering. Andrew Razvan, his ball out wide, a little too heavy, and it rolls out of play. Bailey. What a touch by Chartouni, but ultimately he fouls his man. Referee telling Chartouni to back up. As Fares has made his way to the bench for McGill. Scored a great goal to open the scoring for the Redbirds, as his game is over. Chartouni back into the game as Bro gets taken down by Noko. No call, and then a bad tackle by Longuet-Dubé. And now this game is getting a bit out of hand. A yellow card for Olivier Roy, probably for dissent. And the Stingers will have to defend this free kick. Berryman to deliver for the Redbirds. A high one met by Longuet-Dubé. Villis will try and get to the ball before Bailey. Can't do so, but he does get the ball out of play. Bailey's throw comes right back to him. He settles the ball down. Plays one into the box. Delry. Noko a shot. Blocked and it goes over. He hit that one sweet. But it was blocked and it'll go out for a corner as the Stingers dodge a bullet. Nathan Yee, as the Redbirds apply pressure, they want their first win of the season. Back post, pushed away by Schiavoni, and then the shot by Chartouni goes high. Stingers absorbing the pressure and survive the siege. What a great save it was as well by Schiavoni. Plays it into the middle for Kalichi. Nathan Yee with a bad tackle. You must remember he is on a yellow. Bro. Specagna. Zakiel Bro. Andrew Razvan spreads the play for Lessing. Back into the middle. Specagna settles it down. Finds Kalichi. Longuet-Dubé clears it away. Delry with a nice turnover. Specagna. He'll play it forward. Rossitani. Still he goes on and it's poked away by Longuet-Dubé. McGill have another corner with just about 8 minutes remaining in the game. They're looking for the winner. Chartouni on corner kick duties for McGill as they look for the winner. They had a 2-0 lead. They blew it, and they're looking to try and get it back. And the header's off the crossbar. Berry at the back post slams it off the upright, and the Stingers survive. And now, can they maybe seize the opportunity to counter? Here they come. Tim Lessing upfield. He'll put a ball into the box. It gets to the back post. London Brown sends it high and is headed away by Delry. And Gouli will keep it moving. Berryman poked away from the ball by Specagna. His through ball attempt. Here's Ricotta Arena. Maybe for the winner. What a save. London Brown, and it's blocked off the line. Roy with the clear as Concordia and McGill trading blows. Here's the action we've been waiting for. Off the bar on one end, goal line clearance at the other, and it stays a 2-2 game.
Your captain on the corner, Concordia,
London Brown on the delivery. Concordia looking for the winner. Cleared away at the front post by Gouli. London Brown will get to the ball first. Delry coming to apply pressure as well. He gets it to Andrew Razvan, who has Tim Lessing on his outside. Razvan goes for the shot, and that rolls wide out of play, and it'll be a Redbird goal kick. Specagna. Back for Longuet-Dubé. Bro looking long. London Brown tries to settle it for Olivier Roy. Can the Stingers find the winner? Can they complete the comeback? A little over 5 minutes remaining in the game. Andrew Razvan pokes it out of play. Is this game gonna end in a tie, or are one of these two teams ready to steal it away? Olivier Roy. Chartouni's pass, a bad one. Longuy-Dubé picks it up. Finds Ricodorina, nice turn on his left foot, a shot, and he doesn't get the connection he needed. But a beautiful turn by Ricodorina, and Kiola comes out to collect. Roy, who had that massive block moments ago, as the ball is back at the feet of Schiavoni. Longuy-Dubé launches forward. Berry, who had that chance off the crossbar. Andrew Razvan, back for Zakiel Bro in the middle. Kalichi. Zakiel Bro under pressure. He's being watched by Farhat. And Bro can only clear it away. Roy. Berry. Now playing in sort of a midfield role as Nathan Yee. Longuy-Dubé steps in front of that long pass. London Brown trying to settle the ball down. He can only head it away. Giancarlo Spicagna spreads it out wide. Villas as Concordia looking for the winner. He finds Ricodorina. He turns. Still he goes. Ricodorina. What does he have? He'll drop it off. Tim Lessing floats one into the box. Headed forward, and that was not what the Stingers were trying to do. However, it's given away by the Redbird goalkeeper. Longuy-Dubé lofts one off his player. Stays with it. London Brown chips it high. Ricodorina, and a good defensive header by Berryman to get it back to the keeper. And he'll reset with Roy. A certain intensity right now. You can feel that these two teams want all the 3 points available, as the intensity has gone up a certain notch. The switch towards Gouli, maybe a chance to win it, and he just puts it out of play. No, Longuy-Dubé will keep it alive. Chartouni on the far side. He'll drive on his left foot, steps away from Tim Lessing, and that's going to be a foul outside the box. And so we will not see a fourth penalty in the game. And how disappointing would it be if we did? We don't want this game to end on a penalty kick, as it feels like there's one last goal in this game. Nathan Yee will be subbed off. Stuart Klenner comes in. Forgive me, that is Eloi Versieux, 24, not 4. So, if there's one last goal in this game that's on the table, who wants it and who can seize it? Or will this game end 2-2? Right now, Chartouni to deliver into the box for McGill, and that's a poor delivery by number 13. Wasted opportunity, and the Stingers will reset. Are we set for some late drama? Is there going to be any late drama? Schiavoni sends it long. London Brown heads it on. Ricodorina applying pressure on Berryman, holding him, and that's a foul by the Concordia attacker. Kiokola looking for Noko, who has room to run into. Noko will cut back, falls. Referee clearly signals no penalty. Ray keeps going. Here's Roy. Roy, his delivery is headed away. Chartouni, a chance. That one's blocked. Penalty, no! It came off the hand of Kalichi, and the referee is ready to give a fourth penalty in the game. And much to the disagreement of the Stingers players, The referee has awarded the Redbirds a penalty kick as it came off the arm of Kalichi, and we're going to see a yellow card to either Specagna or Villas for dissent, and this is just not how you wanted to see the game end.
Yellow card given to Concordia Stingers. Number 14, Giancarlo Specagna.
So after all that work,
Ball penalty
after they came back from 2-0 down, the Concordia Stingers now have to face a penalty in what is surely going to be the last kick of the game. So Concordia, with 2 penalties, decided to go with 2 different penalty takers. However, McGill are strong and set on Luke Rositani to win this game for the Redbirds as they look for their first 3 points of the season. It'll be Rositani against Schiavoni in what could decide the game. Stingers fans, Stingers bench, Stingers coaches, everybody watching holds their breath as Rositani has a chance to steal this game back for McGill at the death. Rositani converts! McGill set to win the game. He runs to the corner in celebration. 3 points back in the hands of the Redbirds, and what could have been a point for the Concordia Stingers has disappeared right before their eyes as they suffer the blow of a late penalty converted by Rositani. Stingers will throw absolutely everyone at this kick upfield. Kalichi lofts it towards London Brown. Berry heads it away. Andrew Razvan looking to create on the far side, being watched by Noko. Noko has it, clears it away, comes back to Kalichi in the middle. What can he do? He's being brought down. London Brown will spread it out wide. Villas. Can Concordia maybe tie this game late? Villas run down the line, plays it into the box. Ricotta Arena, his touch, brings it back. London Brown, and that's blocked. Noko running onto it, taken away by Zakiel Bro, who gets chopped down, and that'll be a free kick for the Stingers and a yellow card brandished to Eloi Versieux, who had that block moments ago on London Brown, as the Stingers fight to the death as they look to tie this game, trying to at least get a point out of a losing position. A very great, entertaining last 15 minutes to this game. London Brown. Can the Concordia Stingers complete something spectacular here? A late penalty, maybe a late goal for the Stingers. Into the box, and it's headed away. Stingers trying to reset. London Brown lofts it high. Andrew Razvan heads it on. Olivier Roy once more. It's in the middle. Villas tries to get there. Ricotta Arena settles. Chips it forward for Specagna. And it'll be a free kick for the Stingers. Referee brings it back as Kiola has the ball. Villas is on the deck. Referee allowing a lot of stoppage time as we see the McGill women's team in the background of your screen heading onto the pitch. They'll be playing right after this game as well. Stingers versus Redbirds for women's soccer, so stay tuned for that in what is the breast cancer awareness match. But right now, it's London Brown standing over the ball. The captain, does he have a special moment in him for the Stingers? London Brown will go for goal, and Kiola catches that one calmly, and he'll lay down on it, and it feels like that might have been the last chance for the Stingers to maybe get a point out of this game. And Kiola will launch it upfield, and that one goes all the way back to Schiavoni. The referee doesn't have the whistle near his lips, hasn't looked at the clock yet, so maybe still some time in this game. Schiavoni redistributes it upfield. Ricotta Arena can't win the header. Andrew Razvan settles it down under pressure from behind. He rolls it forward. London Brown with a nice play through the leg. Gooley will leave it. They get a bit confused at the back. However, they manage to get it away. Rositani, 2 penalties in the game, both converted for McGill. Will spread it out wide. It's blocked by Tim Lessing and launched by Calici. It's blocked. Schiavoni comes out of his net, picks it up. Is there maybe still time on the clock? Villas just boots it forward. Riccordorina being pushed from behind. A shot, Riccordorina! He puts it wide. Great attempt by number 16 in maroon. Riccordorina looking for the moment. However, it seems like this game is going to slip out of the hands of the Stingers. And they're going to fall to 1-3-0 on the season unless there's still more time to be played. This game just seems like it will never end. 90 minutes have been on the clock for what feels like the past 10 minutes, but the referee is still letting them play. Andrew Rosvan, we were talking about that throwing capability he has. Maybe it's time to use that weapon here late. He launches into the box and is headed away. Berryman was there. Zakiel Bro trying to get back for it. He pokes it back. Calici lofts it high. And that one is going to go out of play. And that is it. The McGill Redbirds come to Stinger Stadium and win by a final score of 3-2. They had a 2-0 lead, which they squandered. The Concordia Stingers came back and tied it with 2 penalties in the game. However, at the last, the McGill Redbirds got a penalty in a controversial decision after the ball came off Razvan Calici. The penalty was then converted by Rositani to eventually win the game for McGill. The Concordia Stingers fall to 1-3-0 on the season. The Redbirds pick up their first win and first 3 points of the season, and that will do it for this rivalry game. Stay tuned for the women's soccer match coming up right after. My name is Colin van den Amele alongside Blake Saraga. It was our pleasure to bring you this game between the Stingers and the Redbirds, your final 3-2 McGill.